This one here started by a guy by the name of Harold Schultz. He was the manager of Starbucks. And Starbucks back in the late 1900s, I believe from 1986 to 2000, it grew by 3,500 stores in that time frame. And 3,500 stores is a lot of locations, a lot of stores. Its stocks were going up. It was amazing. The franchise was it was incredible. And then he retired in 2000. And then from 2000 to 2008, Starbucks lost its way. And it was on its way out. Its stocks had dropped 40%. A 40% drop in stocks is devastating. That is death. It had its death rattle. And so they went after Harold Schultz to bring him back in to help take it to the next level and bring it back out again. And Harold did commit to doing that. However, in that process of coming back in, he had to make some really tough decisions. They had to cut off $495 million off the ballot. That was just to start turning it around. And there was one investor that had invested majorly in the company. And he got on the phone with Harold. He heard that Harold was coming back in to bring it back up. And he says, listen, we've got to, you have this thing called health insurance for part-time employees. I'd like for you to cut that out completely. He says, if you do that, that will take out 395 right there. So we're almost $100 million close to hitting our objective. It'd be so easy to do right now. Nobody would blame you for it. Just the easy swipe of the pen, you could get rid of that part-time employee insurance, and it'd solve so much of our problems. Harold listened to the guy when he was done. He simply said, I'm not going to do that. We would be cutting out the heart of Starbucks. This is what makes us special. We're the only company that does this for our employees. We'd be cutting out the heart of Starbucks. And if you think I should do that, I suggest you sell your stocks and leave. And he hung up. Then later, he did bring Starbucks back. I'll just fast forward real quick. He brought it back. He was able to turn it around. And when he had it fully turned around and brought back, Starbucks went up to, at one point, it gained over 2,000% in its value. It just skyrocketed. And then later somebody interviewed him. And in that interview, they asked, why did you not, in that moment, when it was on its knees at its weakest, when it had its death rattle, why did you not cut out that insurance for the part-time workers? And that's when Harold Schultz shared a story. And this is the one that I'm interested in. His father had been in the 1960s. He'd been a diaper salesman. Don't know that there's insurance on them, but anyway, he was a diaper salesman. And he slipped on black ice in the Bronx of New York, fell and broke his ankle and his hip. Harold was 12 years old that night when he walked into that was in 1969 actually, I do believe, when he walked in his house that night and he seen his father there in a full body cast. But what he seen on his face is what impacted him years later. The look of devastation, that look of I can't support my family anymore. There's nothing I can do for them. And what made it worse is his company not only gave him a little leave pay or had some sort of insurance to support him, his family fired him. Or not family, I'm so sorry. His job fired him. They didn't give him leave pay that he could use to support his family during that time. They fired him. And that stayed with Harold. He thought to himself at the age of 12, if I ever build a company, I'll build something that supports people like my father. And then after he shared the story, he said, I didn't bring Starbucks back for the name of Starbucks. I brought it back for the 180,000 employees that were a part of Starbucks at that time. I kept that insurance for those 180,000 employees. I kept it because all those people were like my father. So when he thought of those 180,000 employees, he had one image in mind: his father in a full body cast, a look of absolute devastation, as he didn't know how he was going to support for his family. You know, as I share that story, I want to remind us all that we have a purpose greater than our own for whatever it is that we do. Let's go do it with everything that we've got. We get to bring hope to people. We get to be that hope. We get to sometimes do the impossible to make the greater good for the people around us. Maybe you're a community leader or somebody that serves at different levels in your city, your town, your school, your church, whatever it might be. I'm telling you, we all have the ability to make a difference, but we must have that conviction, that zeal, that relentless pursuit, that type of thing that got Harold Schultz to do what was impossible. Oh, by the way, let me go back to when, and you got to share this very important element. When Starbucks was on its way down, it had lost 40% in stocks. We're down 40%. When everybody said that Starbucks was on its way out, it had its death rattle. McDonald's, which wanted very much to get rid of Starbucks, smelled blood in the water. They spent $1 billion in negative ads to try to take Starbucks out completely. They were on their knees, death rattle. They just wanted to wipe them out once and for all. Get rid of them because they looked at them as major competition. However, they didn't know what was in the heart of Harold Schultz. That $1 billion of negative ad didn't take Starbucks out. You see, you can never stop a man or woman that's committed to going on regardless of how bad it looks or how bad it feels. If they have a breath of air and a commitment and a conviction in their soul, in their heart, you can't stop them. They come back up. But whatever it is for you, get that type of conviction that Harold Schultz had, and let the world be known that you're here. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. Make it a great day, and as always, remember, don't settle for less than who you are. May God bless you.